Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have the orange candy melon, the one to the left, if you cannot recognize the color. I bought it in a Swiss supermarket for quite a hefty price. Well, many things have hefty prices in a Swiss supermarket, and I bought it because there were two types of yellow melons in this supermarket. There was also the standard Canary Melon there. However, this Canary Melon I bought from a supermarket in Germany. So I bought this melon because it was clearly different from the Canary Melon. If I had seen it alone in a supermarket, I would have thought, well, somebody got third-grade Canary Melons. But no, it's supposed to be a different variety and a premium one too, because of its candies and lemon flavor and exquisite sweetness. It was bred by the house of Seminis, which I've never heard of before, but apparently they breed melons, and is grown mostly in Cartagena in southern Spain. And it was developed, oh no, and now I'm getting ads on my phone where I wanted to get some info. Well, it was developed in 2015, so 10 years ago. And let's see what another website says. Yeah, similar to Canary Melon, but smaller. Some websites say that the skin is yellowish, but this one says no, it's a little bit paler, and it has some exquisite touch. I don't know, man. Both feel like melons to me. This may be a bit waxier and this a bit drier, but both feel like melons to me. What else? Not as hard as a Canary Melon. Yeah, maybe a bit on the softish side. However, this is a very thick Canary Melon, so it might be with a harder shell than normal. Yeah, the smoothness is that of a premium melon, they say. And they say there is a flavor, slightly sweet. Very slightly. On the inside it smells like the inside of melon, a little bit like pumpkin. On the outside, yeah, there is a very slight flavor, which tells me that it's probably not very ripe. It is a little bit similar to those Canary Melons in the last years, which have a slightly more orange flesh and are quite flavorful. Maybe they are hybrids with orange candy, who knows? Yeah, the flesh inside is orange, unlike the Canary Melon, well, except for those mysterious like flavorful orange flesh Canary Melons, but yes. Okay, when you cut it, the flavor is supposed to develop. Not feeling much. I mean, I'm outside, it's windy, and also I think it's a little bit unripe. The pricks, I think they were talking about bricks, but wrote pricks. Between 13 and 16 bricks, although they say pricks. I hope it doesn't have between 13 and 16 pricks. So it has a different sweetness from the normal Canary Melon. Canary Melon is a standard melon in Germany. The Germans call it honey melon, and it is basically one of the standard melons, I guess. This, and because they look very similar, is the reason they compare it so much on those websites. Different sweetness than Canary Melon. Creamy flesh with some crunchiness. Yeah, and the skin is thin, and that's why there is more flesh. I don't know, man, doesn't look that thin to me. Well, let's start with the standard Canary Melon. No flavor, that's normal for Canary Melons, except for those new ones with orange flesh and flavor, which could be a hybrid with this one. Nice and sweet. This is a good Canary Melon. I've had sweeter ones, but nothing to complain about this one. Now orange candy with a slight pumpkin flavor. Yeah. Actually, when I eat it, the flavor is stronger. Typical muskmelon flavor. This was clearly hybridized with a muskmelon. Maybe they hybridized them. Canary melon with a cantaloupe or something. Very crunchy, not very creamy. Like most cantaloupes, it was harvested prematurely. Not a bad melon, but I really would like to taste it in its prime, because those Canary melons which have slightly orange flesh and a lot of flavor, and which could be, well, they could also be a hybrid with a cantaloupe melon, and then this is just a premium hybrid. They are often better than this, so not bad, but could be better. Yeah, folks, stop picking unripe melons. Unfortunately, most fruits are being picked as soon as they reach peak size, but not peak ripeness. And yeah, definitely this one is tastier because riper and sweeter, but this one very interesting, and I really would like to try it at its best. Tell me what you think about the orange candy melon, folks. Apart from that, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich supermarkets of Switzerland. Now we are here in Germany. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.